Let's take a look at all the manga that I picked up in December of 2023. So my last haul video, I did title it as the final haul of 2023, but it was my November stuff. If you watched it, I did mention that. And this one, I am going to title it as the first haul of 2024, but it's actually just the first haul video, and it's my December 2023 stuff. So, you know, just better titling for the videos, but I just wanted to clarify that. Anyway, before we get into the video, a couple things are going to be a little bit different here that I want to point it out. Because of the fact that it's been raining for the past few days, and I use natural lighting for most of the lighting in my videos, I am going to do this differently. I'm going to do a top down so that y'all can see the books a little bit better. I'm going to go in first person mode. So hopefully y'all like that. If you like it better than me showing the books, let me know and I can continue to try and do that for my future haul videos as well. Other thing regarding the rain is if there are rain noises or thunder, I'll do my best to edit it out, but I'm just warning y'all ahead of time what I've been dealing with. It's been storming for like 4 days straight. The other thing is I am dog sitting right now, so I have an extra dog here at the moment. My friend's dog Meatloaf, and Meatloaf is older and he's blind, and he gets up and starts wandering around and trying to drink water that doesn't exist and eat food that doesn't exist because he can't see what's actually in the bowls and stuff. So if there are dog noises, I will try to edit around them again, but just be warned, it might happen. You might hear some jingling tags or something coming from the other room. Now let's go ahead and jump on in. As always, if you haven't seen one of my haul videos before, I start with the publisher that I have the least amount of books from, and I go through to the one that I have the most amount of books from. And then after going through all the new releases, I show older releases, and I do have a few figures this time. So let's go ahead and jump on in. All right, so first up, we've got some that I have one book from each. So we've got the third volume of Parallel World Pharmacy from One Piece Books. This one's been a really fun little isekai series about a pharmacy in another world. Pretty easy concept to understand. But yeah, fantasy, medicine-based stuff, really enjoyable. And then one from Webtoon Unscrolled and DC Comics is Zatanna the Ripper. So this one you can see it has Zatanna and you have John Constantine as well. This one's been a lot of fun. A couple volumes are out. This is volume 2 of this one, I believe. Is it? No, this is volume 2. Volume 2 of this one. I've been enjoying it so far. All the Webtoon Unscrolled stuff from DC has been a lot of fun, and if you're a fan of those characters, maybe you just want to read some stuff from John Constantine. I know he's pretty popular with people who are not into reading comics. Definitely pick it up. And then this one, I don't think I've shown this in a haul yet, but I did get sent a copy of Panorama of Hell from Starfruit Books. This is now available to order. They will be shipping within, I think, the next couple of weeks is what they've said. This is from legendary creator Hideshi Hino. Horror manga, of course, if you couldn't tell by the graphics on the front cover. This one is kind of a series of short stories. So if you are a fan of creators like Junji Ito, definitely pick up Panorama of Hell, and Starfruit does have more stuff from Hino coming out in the near future. Now, next up, I've got a couple of books from Dark Horse. One manga, one light novel. So first up, we have the newest from Gotanabe, Shadow over Innsmouth. This is an all-in-one like omnibus edition for this story. This one was great, fantastic artwork throughout. By the way, I don't show interior artwork because I do know that you can get in trouble. Some publishers don't like that, so I'm just showing covers and stuff so I don't get myself in trouble with publishers and get my videos taken down. Anyway, fantastic. Another horror manga if you're a fan of horror fans. And of course, if you haven't heard about it, I made a video on here when it was announced, but if you haven't heard, H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness is the next Dark Horse manga to get a deluxe edition hardcover. So I'm a huge fan of those. Very glad to see it happen. Then I've got Vampire Hunter D. This is the novel. This is volume 4 of the omnibus editions. Big honkin' book right here. There's going to be a ton of these. There's, like 30-something volumes of Vampire Hunter. I think it's more. I don't know. I haven't really looked, but there is going to be quite a bit of Vampire Hunter D omnibus editions. But I've never had Vampire Hunter D aside from the anime, so seeing these released was I got them somewhat recently, actually, but it was just a great chance to kind of get on to that. Then we've got some from Square Enix. First up, I actually just finished this one yesterday, My Clueless First Friend, Volume 4. This one is a very cute, wholesome, somewhat of a rom-com type series about kids that are in like 5th grade. As of this volume, they get into 6th grade. Very reminds me of just being a kid. It's a nice, wholesome book. Another rom-com. girl I like forgot her glasses. I believe we're in the second half. I think it wrapped up with volume 12. This is volume 7. So things are definitely progressing for the relationship here. This one I also think is super cute. I mean, pretty simple concept, and it is funny that they made an entire series around the idea of a girl that just keeps forgetting her glasses, but it's cute. I've enjoyed it more or less. And then we have the great Yahi Will Not Be Defeated. I haven't actually started this one up yet, but one of my friends is a big fan and told me to check it out. And then we have the Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. This one's really cute as well. Office rom-com about the descendant of a snow spirit who's oblivious to his oblivious crush. So this one's really cute, really short volumes, really quick reads, but if you're into office romance, this is definitely one to check out. Next up is my Yen Press stack, and all of these are ones that I purchased. Usually I have some that they sent me, but not this time. I have the January books I'll show in my January haul. Anyway, so volume 2 of Illustrated Guide to Monster Girls. This one's a cute, if you like monster girls and stuff like that. Okay, so Rosario plus vampire, but like wholesome. It's like a wholesome shoujo series, but like a school full of monster girls. Shy, the anime started up somewhat recently, so if you're not familiar, it's a superhero series, a bunch of superheroes from various countries and stuff like that. Very entertaining, very interesting. We got a lot of catching up to do on that one, by the way. Touring After the Apocalypse. It's kind of self-explanatory from the title, but it's a very relaxing series, a nice, wholesome, calm series to read when you just want to relax. And I haven't finished this series, but What This World Is Made Of, this is the last volume. It's a quick 3-volume action series by a creator that did a Monster Hunter manga in the past, and from the contents of this one, you can kind of you can tell it's got, like, you know, the guys versus giant monsters. The Witch's Marriage Volume 2. This one is a cute romantic comedy GL series. Witch who meets a girl that she winds up actually really liking, and it's pretty cute, the interactions between the two characters. I would recommend this if you're looking for a cute little GL series. That's a good one to go for. And then Yokohama Station SF. This is another final volume, volume 3. I haven't finished this series either, but this one was pretty interesting premise where, Yokohama Station has swallowed 99% of mainland Japan is the basic premise here. Then those were our standard size volumes for the month from Yen Press. I've got a few of the larger trim volumes as well. Volume 3 of the Geek X Hitman. I did not know going in that this was the last volume, and then at the end of it, it was done, and I was like, oh, great. But it's a lot of fun. It's an ex-hitman who winds up also like getting into like anime manga and stuff like that. So he's trying to leave his hitman life behind, and he gets into those things, but his former life kind of starts to catch up to him. Stuff like that. Fun comedy series. Glitch Volume 2 of 3 from Shima Shinya. I feel like Yen does a lot of 3-volume series. Shima Shinya is great. Lost Lad London, if you enjoyed that one, then definitely pick this one up. This one is a bit different, but it's still kind of a mystery series like Lost Lad London was. It's just not like a detective series, so to say. And then Volume 24 of Yowamushi Pedal, collecting 47-48. So we are still like 40 volumes behind Japan. Slowly but surely catching up, you know. Another third and final volume, The Horizon by J.H., creator of The Boxer. This is from Eyes Press. This one is a very bleak, devastating series, but it was fantastic front to back. Highly recommended. It's only 3 volumes, $20 a piece. It is a fantastic read. So that's everything from Yen Press. Let's go ahead and grab the Kodansha. All right, so Kodansha, just one standard size release, Eden Zero number 26 from Hiro Mashima. I would not be surprised if we wind up seeing omnibus editions of this one at some point in the not too distant future. Now let's look at the oversized ones. Drifting Dragons Volume 15. Amazing artwork on that one. Here's one that I promised I would get, even though some of y'all might know I dropped Fairy Tail back when it was first being published after like, I think I want to say 18 volumes, but I promised if it ever got an omnibus edition like this, an oversized omnibus edition, that I would go ahead and buy it and give the series another go, and I did. This is material that I've read before, so But it has been years. I have not read this since it was first published in English, and I definitely forgot a lot of what happened. And it was fun, you know, just standard shonen fare. So we'll see if it gets to the point where I just do not want to read it at all anymore, and if I'll wind up dropping it again. But in the meantime, omnibus editions, you know, preferred format, it's in the name. How I Met My Soulmate Volume 1. This is a shoujo series. Pretty good artwork on this one. The story, I think, was pretty standard. But I'll continue reading it just to see how it goes. But if you're just into shoujo romance, then you might enjoy this one. I also just really like the cover on that one. My favorite shoujo romance right now is In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, Volume 6. It was another great one. The drama is ramping up between our two main characters here. Fantastic, beautiful artwork. I really love this series. I know a lot of people love it. I know other people don't. I think the ones who don't, you all suck. No, I'm just kidding. Your opinions are just as valid as mine and anyone else that likes it. But no, I love the series personally, and it is, like I said, my favorite current shoujo romance. Nina the Starry Bride. I haven't read Volume 2 yet, but Volume 1 of this fantasy series was fantastic. I have a lot of friends who really loved this one, read it digitally before the physicals came out, so everyone was really excited when it got announced, and I was excited to be able to try it out. We'll see how it goes with Volume 2 and onward. Quality Assurance in Another World. This is one that is getting an anime sometime soon and has been a lot of fun. It is based in a video game world, and the main character is kind of a debugger who goes in there, and there's just some weird stuff going on in this fantasy world. So I would say if you're a fan of, like, if you've been playing Baldur's Gate or you're a fan of D&D, this is a series that you might really enjoy, just some of the stuff that they do in there. Saving 80,000 Gold in Another World for My Retirement, Volume 4. I don't know if I'm going to continue with this one. I tried. It just, nothing really standing out to me. It's not bad, it's not offensive or anything like that, but nothing really stands out to me about the series. So I gave it 4 volumes. I think that's a pretty fair shake. Another omnibus edition, 7 Deadly Sins 13. This should be the second to last. Contains 37, 38, and 39. So the next one should be 40, 41. And maybe that, like, supplement, I forgot what they titled it. It was like an anthology volume that came after 41. Someone probably knows the title. But maybe it's up now, but I looked before doing the video and I cannot find any listing for Volume 14. So they released the 1 through 13 pretty quickly, but there's no telling when Volume 14 is going to come out, at least from what I could find. Shangri-La Frontier, Volume 9, another video game-based series like Quality Assurance, but if you haven't, I know the anime started up recently. If you haven't been watching it yet, it's a lot of fun. I'm assuming the anime is fun. The manga is a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. Volume 8 had kind of a twist at the end that I didn't expect. As far as, like, not really the narrative of what's going on in the game, but like the nature of the story, I guess. I don't know how to explain it without spoiling anything, but I really enjoy this series. I haven't read Volume 9 yet. I got it just a few days ago, so looking forward to seeing how that continues. Something's Wrong with Us, Volume 18. This one is the second of the 3, like, kind of volumes that wrap it up after the main story. So Volume 19 will be the end of Something's Wrong with Us, the official end, the end of the end. And then To Your Eternity, Volume 19. It is so seldom that we get volumes of this series. I absolutely love it, but we get volumes so seldom now that it's hard to remember sometimes what's going on. But after I get back into the swing of it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what was happening, I just fall back in love with it. And then Windbreaker, Volume 3. This is a fun series. This kind of fills the void for, like, delinquent fighting series. Like, if you miss having those series where it's just high school delinquents beating up on each other, this kind of fills that void, and it's a lot of fun. It's a real easy read. So I recommend it if that's something that you might like. So that's it from Kodansha. Next up, we got 7 Seas. All right, so first up, we got all the itty bitty baby books from 7 Seas, 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You. A lot of these are on my current to read pile, by the way. So I haven't read, I've only read 1 of these specific books. I'm really good at keeping up with my to read pile, but A lot of these came in like within the past week, so I just want to defend myself when I say I haven't read this one yet. But yeah, this one's fun. I enjoy this series. It's ridiculous. I feel like it's the perfect like kind of tongue-in-cheek parody of harem manga, and I really like it for that. It's funny. Colorless Volume 5. This one's really cool, really great. I don't want to show interior artwork like I said before. I don't want to get in trouble. But really great artwork, really intriguing concept. This world devoid of color except for a few instances where there are specific colors that show up, and so those colors are presented in the book actually in color rather than there are points of color within the black and white of the narrative as well. Really cool concept. I really enjoy this one. If you're into sci-fi and kind of like mystery type series, definitely pick that one up. Correspondence from the End of the Universe is a sci-fi office series basically. Dude gets captured and starts working at this office full of different creatures from other alien planets outside of Earth. This is Volume 4. This one's been really interesting so far. Die Dark by Q Hayashida, Volume 6. Huge fan of Q Hayashida. If you don't already know, Dorohedoro is one of my favorites, and Die Dark is such a great follow-up series to Dorohedoro. If you have not read either of them yet, if you're into sci-fi, fantasy, anything, horror, it's a mix of all that with a good amount of comedy in there as well. I just really love Hayashida's artwork and her sense of humor. Then We Started a Threesome. Kind of exactly what it sounds like. It is mature. It does have some mature content in the art and stuff. It is from Katsuaki, creator of Futari Ecchi, or as it was known in America when it was being published by Tokyo Pop, Manga Sutra. And it's about a woman who, as a child, they show instances of her as a kid, like, oh, pick one of the two. And she's like, I don't want to pick. They should be together. And so as an adult, she doesn't like to pick, and she gets married to two guys. Technically, they're not married. They pointed out in the series, like, they're living together, and they say that they're married, but legally they're not. But it's just the beginning of how things are working for their relationship. And you see how kind of like society, I guess, accepts or does not accept their relationship. Volume 1, pretty intriguing start to the series. If you are someone, because I get a lot of people when I talk about romantic comedies and romance series and whatnot, a lot of people will say, especially with like harems, they're like, why not polyamory? Well, here you go. You have a thruple in this one. I feel like it should have been We Started a Thruple, but I guess it just didn't sound as good for the title. And Yakuza Reincarnation Volume 8. This is one that I picked up the previous volumes of semi-recently, so I haven't started reading it, but is highly recommended from my friend Gio. So I always try to pick up the things that he recommends to me. All right, now we got some oversized stuff from 7 Seas. Don't Call It Mystery. The third omnibus with volumes 5 and 6, appropriately Christmas-themed cover. This is a if you're into mystery titles, if you even though they say don't call it mystery, if you like mysteries, if you like detective stories, this is going to be a fantastic one for you. I haven't read the third volume yet, this one, but the previous two have been really enjoyable. I like the first one. I like the second one even more. Looking forward to seeing how this one goes. But highly recommended for fans of mystery stuff. Next up, another one that, shocker, I haven't gotten to read this one yet, but it's a single volume, Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom. This is a josei fantasy series, romance series. It's about two kingdoms that are basically in a long-standing feud with each other, and they decide eventually that they'll have the most beautiful girl from the Water Kingdom, I think, marry the smartest guy from the Gold Kingdom, or maybe it's the other way around. Beautiful girl from the Gold Kingdom married the smartest guy in the Water Kingdom, sorry. So yeah, this is a single volume release from 7 Seas. If you want something quick to read like that, it is a great one to get into. And there is a movie that recently came out, I think is playing in Japan right now. And you can hear the jingles in the background, that's Meatloaf, as I warned earlier, walking around. Homunculus, the third omnibus edition with volumes 5 and 6. There are 5 total omnibus, and I want to clarify that these are based on the 1.5 editions of the re-release in Japan. So they're are 15 total volumes originally, but it was re-released as 10 volumes, and these are 2-in-1s based on the 10-volume release. So this has volumes 5 and 6 out of 10, not 5 and 6 out of 15. I want to point that out because I know a lot of people were confused, and I've seen a lot of people comment on it or ask me about it, and I explained it many, many times. So just want to point out this is the middle volume, and they're not cutting it short. They are doing everything. Les Miserables Volume 4. This is the final volume, collecting the last 2 volumes, 7 and 8. It is based on the novel by Victor Hugo. This is a really enjoyable adaptation, quite honestly, front to back. I enjoyed the way it was done. I think it was really well illustrated. And even if you're not a fan of the novel, even if you don't know anything about the novel, it's pretty good. It is a pretty good just on its own as a manga of its own. Marmalade Boy Collector's Edition Volume 4. If I'm not mistaken, there's one more after this. I think the Collector's Editions might be 5 volumes long. I could be wrong there, but I think it's 5. Classic shoujo series. Really great colored artwork throughout this one that they've added into this release. And then we've got The Secret of Friendship. This is from the same creator as High School Debut and My Love Story. So if you're a fan of either of those, you might want to check this one out. And then we got Volume 10 of Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. This is another recommendation from my friend Gio that I still haven't gotten around to reading yet, so I apologize to Gio, but at least I have it on the docket. He told me I might like it, and I usually do enjoy what he tells me to read. And one last one from 7 Seas is My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness Special Edition hardcover. Finally got a copy of the hardcover edition of this one. No word yet if they're going to do hardcovers of the rest of Kabi's works, but this one is out there. It's not on Crunchyroll. The only place I was able to find it was really like Amazon or eBay, so I ordered mine off of Amazon. And that is it as far as 7 Seas. All right, since this is so much of a larger stack, we're gonna have to break it up into 3, I guess. First up from Shoujo Beat, we got Yona of the Dawn Volume 40, long-running fantasy shoujo title. Fortunately, Shoujo Beat put a lot of the series back into print, so it's not impossible. I know at some point it was really hard to get volumes of that one. It's not impossible anymore. 11 of Persona 5 manga, Volume 5 of Love's in Sight. This one's been another cute little rom-com series about a girl who's blind and a kind of thuggish guy that she falls for, and their budding relationship. Call the Night 14, this one just ended. I think it's going to be a total of like 18 volumes all said and done, but the last chapter just came out, so good time to start getting into Call of the Night if you haven't already. And Yashahime Princess Half Demon Volume 4, the sequel to Inuyasha. I haven't read this one yet, but it's fine. The series is fine. If you're a fan of Inuyasha, then maybe pick it up, I guess, but it's nothing to write home about. Next up, we got the Shonen Jump stack, so a good amount of books from this one. Akane Banashi Volume 3. Again, in this stack, a lot of them I haven't read yet. This is going to be like my weekend project, is getting through my to-read pile, or at least most of it. Akane Banashi Volume 3. You know what Akane Banashi is about. If you follow it, you know. Blade of the Moon Princess Volume 2, same creator as Spy Family. Beyond this one and Tista, which came out previously, this is going to be 5 volumes, by the way. I think the only things that remain from Tatsuya Endo would be like a one-shot or like a short story collection. So we'll see what happens there. Boruto Volume 18. Volume 20 will be the last volume of Boruto, and then I don't know. I'm guessing they'll start up with 2 Blue Vortex Volume 1. So we should see that one probably announced by Viz, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Not in February's announcements, but probably in the summer announcements, I want to guess, the June announcements. So 2 more volumes of that one. Chainsaw Man Volume 13. Good to have Chainsaw Man back on the docket, coming out somewhat regularly. Demon Slayer Kimetsu Academy, if you want the little cute comedy version of Demon Slayer, there you go. This is like, what, the second of these types of third, because they did My Hero Academia Smash, and they also did the Chibi Sharingan Legend, Sasuke's Chibi Sharingan Legend. So they haven't done a lot of these, but most Jump titles, a lot of manga, have these kind of parody, like cutesy parody series in Japan, but Viz has not licensed a lot of them in the US. So I'm wondering if they're going to start doing more of them. Mashal, Magic and Muscles, I'll get it out eventually, volume 14. 18 volumes total, I think. We're not that far from the end of this one in English. Mission Yazakura Family, volume 8. I fell off of this one after about 100 chapters. I say I fell off, not on purpose. Like, I just didn't keep up with reading. So I think in the next few volumes, I'll start reading it again as the physicals are coming out. So I am really far behind is what I'm trying to say. Sakamoto Days, volume 10, another fantastic series. Always has just great cover art too. Some of the best covers, in my opinion, that come out every month. And then Spy Family Portrait light novel came out as well this month. So fans of Spy Family, you got this one to supplement while you wait for more of the manga. And then we have some of the oversized releases. One from Shoujo Beat, Neighborhood Story from Ayazawa, the creator of Nana and Paradise Kiss. So if you're a fan of either of those, you might want to pick this one up. Really, really well put together volume. Look at the French flap, has a little die cut design on there. Really great. I think that does well for like the premise of the story, being like fashion design and stuff like that. I like it. Volume 8 of Alice in Borderland. This is the penultimate volume. The final volume comes out in February? March? Sometime around. It's coming out soon. I think February. And this one will be done. And I'm hoping that we'll see the Alice on Border Road series solicited soon. Or licensed soon, I should say. So yeah, just one more volume left. Volume 9 will be the last one. Almost done. And then a couple of hardcovers. Fist of the North Star, volume 11. Massive horse on the cover. This is a fun volume. It has like the extra story that focuses on the horse specifically. I don't want to show too much of the interior so I don't get in trouble, but special episode He Who Rides Me. This is a lot more of a modern chapter that came out. I think it came out like in 2014. So it was really cool that that was included in here. And you can tell because the artwork is a lot more updated than the typical artwork. And the second and final volume of Cat-Eyed Boy from Kazuo Umez. This was a fantastic volume. I really loved, especially the Meatball Man story, as ridiculous as calling him Meatball Man is. But it was a great, great volume. If you're into horror manga at all, definitely recommend it. So glad that Viz decided to put this one back out into print in these beautiful hardcover editions. And that's it from Viz Media. So that's all for the new books that I had this month. But before we go into the old stuff and the few figures that I picked up, let's go to our sponsor, Walt's Comic Shop. All right, so I haven't been having a lot of like older stuff in the... All right, so I haven't been having a lot of older books in the past hauls. It's mostly just been new books, but I did go to a shop nearby me, a comic shop that has some like old manga, so like some stuff from CMX. And I found a few volumes of Tower of the Future that I needed, volumes 10, 9, and 8, I think out of 11. I'm only missing a couple volumes now. And then I found this single volume release, Pixie Junket by Pure. I don't know anything about it. I hadn't even looked anything up about it, but it's just an old Viz Media graphic novel. And so I was intrigued, and it's a single volume release, so I was intrigued, and I picked it up. Those are the older releases that I grabbed, and let me show you all the figures that I got as well. If you're a manga collector in the US, you have so many options to buy your manga from. You have websites, you know, big websites like Amazon, you have stores like Barnes & Noble and Books A Million, places like that. You have websites like Crunchyroll, in-stock trades that sell things at a discounted price, making it really easy to be a collector here in the States. But if you're in other parts of the world, it's often not as easy. And while places like Crunchyroll or in-stock trades might offer international shipping, it can get really pricey. And that's where, if you are in the EU, Walt's Comic Shop comes in as a fantastic sponsor of my channel for the past, I think almost year or so now. So big thanks to Walt's for sticking around for that long with me. But yeah, Walt's Comic Shop, you can, if you're in the EU, you can order comics from them, you can order manga from them. They have a huge selection of manga and comics, Western comics from like Marvel, DC and stuff. So if you want to try out some stuff from the other side of the fence, pick something up from Walt's. They have a great selection. They also have fantastic customer service, fantastic shipping. You can check out all the ratings and stuff that they've accumulated over the years online. And they have a brick and mortar store, so it's not just online. If you happen to be in Berlin, Germany, you can pop your head in and shop physically with them. And you can say hello and that the Omnibus Collector sent you. And on that note, if you are a first-time shopper with Walt's Comic Shop, you can go ahead and use code TheOmnibusCollector for free shipping on your first order of €40 or more being shipped within the EU. So go ahead and use that. If you're a first-time shopper, get that free shipping and get some good stuff for good prices from Walt's Comic Shop. Thank you again to Walt's for continuing to sponsor the channel, and let's get back into the end of the manga haul for this month. All right, if you've been viewing my channel for a little while, you might be familiar with the fact that I absolutely love Golden Kamui, and I went to a shop in the area recently and they had some Golden Kamui prize figures, and I was so excited to grab them. They're pretty good quality sculpts. They're pretty cheap too. It's like $20, $25 each. And given that it is one of my favorite manga of all time, I could not give it the chance to add some of the characters to my shelves. Now I don't know if there are other ones out there, but they only had the 3 at the very least at the shop that I went to, so I did grab up all of them. And I will be honest with you, if I go somewhere and I see more Golden Kamui figures, regardless of the character, I will probably buy every single one of them. But I'm just really glad that they had my guy Shiraishi. He is my favorite character in the series, so of everyone that they could have, I'm just glad that they had him. Well, that was everything that I picked up throughout the month of December. All the new manga, a few old manga, some figures, a good amount of stuff, a good amount of things that I still need to read. I got basically my to-read pile right now is just one shelf, but I got a little bit of time to get some reading done in the near future. So it was 2 shelves. I got that second shelf down, so I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Don't worry about it. Anyway. That's it for this month. I hope that maybe I was able to show you some stuff and describe some things to you that you were previously unaware of. That's really the goal that I have in these haul videos. I don't like just showing off that I bought certain things. I like being able to talk about things and hopefully continuing to inspire people to try out things that they didn't know about or that they were unsure of, but seeing it in hand makes it easier to make that decision whether or not you want to buy it to try the series out for yourself. Also, let me know how you felt about the first person view on that, about the way that I did the haul video this time. If you preferred that, let me know in the comments. If you prefer the other way, if you'd like to see my dumb face with my stupid hair on the screen the whole time, let me know. Also, because I usually get questions about it, the sweater, the Uzumaki sweater and the Gundam hat are from Crunchyroll. Both of them were from Crunchyroll. It seems that they ship their textile, their clothing and stuff separate from their books, because this was in an order with some books and movies and stuff, and they ship separately. I didn't check if they ship from a different location or not, but just putting it out there. This was on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale, but it's really comfortable. I literally just got it today, so it's my first time wearing it. It's very soft, very thin, so it could be worn in warmer weather as well. Anyway, that's all I got. You know, let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, whatever down below in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up, and if you've never seen my videos before, thanks for spending time with me. It's really awesome. I appreciate it. And if you have seen my videos before, also thank you for spending time with me. It's very awesome and I appreciate it. You guys know that I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope your new year has been great so far. January coming to a close already. It's kind of crazy. We're already 1 month in, already 1/12 done with the year. Wild. But I hope it's been good for you. It's been good for me. I've been kind of busy, and I'm glad to continue making content, and I'm happy to see where the new year takes us. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.